Matt Rowe was a defensive and special teams standout during the early years of Division III football at St. John Fisher College. A 3-year starter in the defensive backfield and the 1986 Team Rookie of the Year, Rowe finished his career as the Division III program's all-time leader in tackles and the program's all-time leader in kick return yards. A 2-time captain and team MVP, Rowe led the Cardinals with 93 tackles as a junior while earning all-conference honors. He also set the Fisher single-season record for kickoff return yards, and his 91-yard return for a touchdown still ranks as the second longest return in Fisher history. A 4-time ECAC Honor Roll selection and a preseason All-American going into his senior year, Rowe tacked up 84 tackles and 3 interceptions before a broken leg abruptly ended his final season after 7 games. Rowe was also a 4-year starter and 3-time captain for the club men's lacrosse program. Matt is the proud father of his 8-year-old daughter, Delilah, and during his free time, he serves as a member of the National Kidney Foundation and volunteers with the Knights of Columbus. Matt is also the founder and president of Gotham Surgical Solutions, a medical implant sales distribution company in the greater New York City area, and serves as a member of the President's Advisory Council at St. John Fisher College. In the history of volleyball at St. John Fisher College, the Cardinals have advanced to the NCAA Division III championship just 2 times. The centerpiece of those 2 magical seasons was none other than Kim Crawford Bruno, a 4-year starter who helped Fisher compose a 107-61 record during her career. Crawford finished her career as the college's all-time leader in digs with 1,885. While she wasn't a defensive specialist, the 5'10" outside hitter also tallied 1,095 kills, placing her 5th on the college's all-time list at the time of her graduation. A 6-time all-tournament team selection during her career, Crawford guided the Cardinals to their first ever NYSWCAA title in 1997, as the Cardinals won their first ever NCAA championship match before bowing out to Ithaca College in the regional semifinals. That season, Crawford was the only upperclassman on the team. As the team's lone senior in 1998, Crawford led the Cardinals back to the NCAA championship, starting in all 143 games that year and tallying a team-high 485 digs while adding 252 kills. "We had some young teams when Kim was here, and she really led us both on and off the court," said then head coach Daryl Schanel. "When she graduated, we not only lost a great player, but lost a great leader." Kim graduated from Fisher in 1999 with a BS in management. She is married to her college sweetheart Mark, who graduated from Fisher in 1996. They live in Victor and have 2 daughters, Olivia and Julia. She has worked for AP Professionals for 18 years, serving as their placement director. RJ Fiorelli played in 97 games for the Cardinals, bringing tenacity to both sides of the ball and helping Fisher post 4 winning seasons and an overall record of 81-23 during his 4-year career as the Cardinals advanced to the NCAA championships in his freshman, sophomore, and senior campaigns. Fiorelli amassed 1,050 points in his career, which ranked 10th all-time at the time of his graduation, while his 95 career three-pointers ranked 9th. Defensively, Fiorelli also hauled in 486 rebounds. With Fiorelli in the lineup, Fisher won 3 consecutive J.P. Morgan Chase Scholarship Tournament titles, and as a senior, Fiorelli led Fisher to its first ever Empire 8 Conference title. In the clinching game, the 6'4" guard set the Fisher single-game scoring record with a 40-point performance, which still ranks as the college's top-scoring performance. RJ was probably one of the most versatile players I have ever coached, said Bob Ward, who was Fiorelli's head coach for all 4 seasons. He was a shooting guard, but because of his size, he could go down low and could always create his own shot. Whenever we had a big possession and needed a basket, we got the ball in RJ's hands. A 2-time Empire 8 and Rochester Area College Athletics All-Star, RJ graduated from Fisher with a Bachelor of Science degree in management. He is a hospital account manager for a pharmaceutical company and is the proud father of Jacob, Sam, and Juliana. They live in Erie, Pennsylvania, along with his parents, 4 siblings, and 10 nieces and nephews. A standout on both offense and defense during his playing career at St. John Fisher College, Michael Dugbarty did it all for the men's soccer program in the early 2000s. A 2-time Empire 8 All-Conference selection, Dugbarty led the Cardinals to back-to-back winning seasons in his junior and senior years. As a junior, the 5'10" attacker was a 2-time Empire 8 Conference Player of the Week after leading his team with 7 goals, including 3 game-winning tallies. He also ranked 3rd in the conference that year in scoring and 4th in total points with 20. During his senior year, Dugbarty moved back to defense, where he was dominating as the program's starting sweeper, guiding Fisher to its first postseason appearance in over 20 years. He finished his final season with 6 points on 2 goals and 2 assists as the Cardinals advanced to the title game in the Empire 8 Conference Championship and placed 3rd overall at the ECAC Upstate Championship. Fisher finished the year with the 3rd highest win total in over 40 years. Players like Michael Dugbarty don't come around very often, said head coach Rob Searle, whose collegiate coaching career spans over 4 decades. He was an amazing talent with a great touch and a nose for the ball, and was an even better person off the field. Michael currently works for Time Warner Cable Business Class as a senior account executive in New York City. He and his wife reside in West Orange, New Jersey, along with their 21-month-old son and future star athlete Milan. In his 4 years as a Cardinal, Andy Campbell played in 148 games, tying him for 7th most all-time. That is hardly the only time Campbell shows up in the Fisher record books, though. More importantly, Campbell ranks as the college's all-time leader in hits with 225 and runs scored with 164. His 134 career RBIs places him in 2nd in program history, as does his career .446 batting average. Aside from those numbers, the Manlius native holds spots in the career top 10 lists in doubles, triples, home runs, and stolen bases. With Campbell in the lineup, Fisher won back-to-back ECAC Upstate Championship titles in his sophomore and junior campaigns, Fisher's first ever postseason titles. Campbell saw plenty of accolades during his tenure, including a 2-time All-Region First Team selection and a 4-time All-Empire 8 member. The outfielder was also named the Conference Rookie of the Year during his freshman campaign, followed by Conference Player of the Year in the following 2 years. Off the baseball diamond, Campbell was named as a first-team District 1 Academic All-American by ESPN The Magazine, and graduated from Fisher with a BA in Communication Journalism. Andy married high school sweetheart Lauren, and they are the proud parents of 2 boys, Griffin and Nolan. They live in Stowe, Vermont, and Andy works as a web strategist at the University of Vermont Medical Center in Burlington. One of the most prolific players in the history of women's basketball at St. John Fisher College, Melissa Hartman Snyder excelled in nearly every facet of the game. The 2006 Empire 8 Conference Player of the Year, Hartman led the Cardinals to one of the best seasons in program history as a senior. Hartman led the Empire 8 in scoring with 20 points per game, 9.4 rebounds, and 3.6 steals per game, as the Cardinals posted a 25-3 overall record and an undefeated season in Empire 8 Conference play, the first program in Empire 8 history to accomplish that feat. Hartman tallied 10 double-doubles in her senior year, including a 42-point performance where she shot 16 for 16 from the foul line to tie the college's single-game scoring record, and a 36-point 20-rebound performance in a win over Nazareth. Hartman ranked among the top 20 in all of NCAA Division III in scoring, steals, and free throw shooting, while her 558 points, 262 rebounds, 100 steals, and 86.1 free throw percentage all rank in the top 10 on the college single-season list. At the time of her graduation, Hartman ranked 3rd at Fisher in career steals with 290, 6th at field goals made with 519, and 6th in total points with 1,338. An All-East Region first-team selection and finalist for the Rochester Area College's Female Athlete of the Year, Hartman helped lead the Cardinals to a 98-15 record over her 4-year career, including 3 straight 25-win seasons in her final 2 years. Fisher won the Empire 8 title in her freshman and senior seasons, while claiming ECAC titles in her sophomore and junior seasons. An academic All-American her senior year, Melissa graduated from Fisher with a double major in childhood education and special education. Melissa and her husband John are the proud parents of 3-year-old Jacob and 1-year-old Sophie. They live in the Utica area, and after working as a special education teacher, Melissa has taken a leave of absence to focus her attention on raising their 2 children. Zach Fuller was a top member of the men's golf team from 2003 to 2006, helping the squad make its first team appearance in the NCAA Division III Championship as a senior. During his tenure, Fisher accumulated 5 tournament wins, placing him 5th all-time in program history, and was also the runner-up in 5 other tournaments, including the illustrious Kravitz Invitational at Oak Hill and Irondequoit Country Clubs. Fuller also tops the Fisher record books for lowest single round as he shot a 65 -7 at the Empire 8 Championships in 2005. It's because of players like Zach Fuller our golf program is where it is today, says Fisher head coach Bob Sims. Zach worked extremely hard and helped to build the foundation and put Fisher golf on the national map. In his 4 years on the team, the Batavia native also accumulated a multitude of awards, including being named to the first team Mid-Atlantic region twice, All Empire 8 first team twice, and second team once. In his senior year, the Batavia Notre Dame graduate had one of his proudest moments as he earned Empire 8 Player of the Year honors. Fuller graduated from Fisher with a BS in accounting. Zach is the executive director for Eagle Star Housing, providing housing for homeless veterans in Western New York. He currently lives in Pittsford with his wife Christine. They are expecting their first child in just over 2 weeks. Steve Stepnick was a key factor in the Cardinals' defense throughout his 4-year collegiate career. The Iroquois, New York native was a staple at the cornerback position, as his 19 interceptions marks the most of any Fisher player in program history. Stepnick also recorded 207 tackles in his 45 games played in a Fisher uniform, over half of which were solo. Throughout his time as a Cardinal, Stepnick received plenty of accolades, including being named an All-American twice, a member of the All-East Region 3 times, Empire 8 Defensive Player of the Year in 2007, and a 4-time Empire 8 All-Conference selection. Over his 4-year career, Stepnick led Fisher to a 41-9 record as the Cardinals advanced 4 times during his career, including an East Region title and an NCAA semifinal appearance as a junior. Stepnick burst onto the scene as a freshman, intercepting a pass in double overtime to end the game in Fisher's first ever win over Ithaca College. As a junior, Stepnick rose to the occasion in NCAA championship action. He tied the NCAA all-time record with a 100-yard interception return in a win over Union College.
2nd and goal at the 6. Marotti will pass, and it is intercepted by Steve Stepnick. He's got daylight on the near side, dodges a couple of tackles, keeps it going across the 30, 35, 40, has 2 blockers out in front, he's across midfield, over the 40, 35, 30, and he is still moving. Only Arcidio Cano can catch him. 10, 5, touchdown Cardinals!
The following week, Stepnick shut down Springfield's Chris Sharp in a 27-21 win, and 2 weeks later, he held Mount Union's Pierre Garçon to just 1 catch for 3 yards in an NCAA semifinal game. As a senior, the Empire 8 Defensive Player of the Year paced Fisher to the national quarterfinals while also earning academic All-American honors. In 2010, Stepnick was recognized by D3Football.com as a member of the 3rd team All-Decade team as a defensive back. Steve graduated from Fisher with a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology. He and his wife Lindsay, also a Fisher graduate, live in Penfield with their dog Guinness. Since graduation, Steve has worked for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and currently serves as a deputy sheriff. Arguably the most productive player to come out of the St. John Fisher College women's lacrosse program, Lori Quackenbush dominated the record books in her 4-year career from 2005 to 2008. Quackenbush led the Cardinals to 39 total wins and its first ever Empire 8 title and an appearance in the NCAA Division III tournament in 2007. In her senior season, Fisher captured its first ever ECAC championship title. Quackenbush finished her career setting program records in career goals, assists, points, and draw controls. She still sits in first place all-time in ground balls with 276 and caused turnovers with 135. She also holds single-season records in ground balls and caused turnovers, while she finished her career holding the record for most goals and draw controls in a single season. Quackenbush received an impressive set of accolades, including becoming Fisher's first ever Women's Lacrosse All-American, as she was named to the Empire Region First Team. In conference awards, she was named Empire 8 Player of the Year her junior and senior seasons, and was a 4-year Empire 8 First Team All-Conference selection. In 2008, She was given the honor of being one of 10 recipients of the New York State Women's Collegiate Athletic Association Scholar Athlete Award and was also named Fisher's Sportswoman of the Year. Quackenbush graduated from St. John Fisher College in 2008 with a Bachelor of Science in Accounting. She is a certified public accountant, an accounting manager for Excelis, and currently lives in Penfield.